Hey guys, in this video we'll be taking a basic look at everything in the garage and all the different functions that the garage has, and we'll just go from top left down here to bottom right. So up in the top left we'll start with the menu button, and this basically it's like your pause menu. You click here, you can see the different servers you can connect to and its ping, disconnect from your server that you're currently on, your settings here, combat intelligence, which basically is just news about the game. So here we can see like update 1.15 is here, and you can click on that and see what all that brings. The news videos that World of Tanks does, and all this other stuff. Occasionally they'll give you coupons to use in the premium shop, and in this case I earned one for being a good player, I guess. And then they'll give you a coupon for the premium shop, and this one is the news specifically. If we go back, this is Return to Boot Camp. If you want to go back and do the tutorials on how to play the game, click here. Got the Training Center. I highly recommend any new players read all of this. It's very useful information. Let's see, you can exit the game or go back to the game, and then you have your version of World of Tanks here. Next, you have your name card, and you got your name here and your position in the clan if you're in a clan. Here you have your badge, so you can choose which badge you display in battle next to your name. I have this one displaying where I've completed the first 2 sets of missions for the first campaign with honors. Here you have your personal reserves. You can activate them, give you bonuses after battles. Clan reserves, if you're high enough in the clan, you can activate some clan boosters, which won't load for some reason. Premium account stuff, if you got that. Credit reserve, when you have a premium account, there will be some credits that will go into a vault, and then after the end of the week, I believe, that vault will empty. It'll give you all the credits. Your dog tags, this will basically display in battle some of your achievements or different things that you've done, so I don't really mess with mine, but it's just got my recent victory rate and some stuff here. Premium missions, if you have a premium account, which at the moment I don't, there's just some extra missions that'll give you some good stuff. And then excluded maps. Basically, when you have a standard account, you can exclude one map where you'll never see it unless you're in a platoon with somebody who doesn't have it excluded. Then there's a possibility that you can get onto it. So right now, I have Empire's Border excluded, and I just did that. And it takes 4 hours to be able to exclude a different map, so just keep that in mind. So if you're grinding light tanks, for instance, maybe you can block something like Paris or Himmelsdorf, something that's not really going to give you a lot of spotting damage, so you have a higher chance of getting your Malinovka, Mirvanka, Prokhorovka, and that kind of stuff. Alright, going away from the name card, we have this button here. You click on that, and basically it'll ask you if you want to get a premium account. Premium shop, this link will take you directly to the premium shop on the website. So here you can create a platoon, you can find players, and you basically will enter a queue for platoons that want more people in. They'll enter a battle, and you'll enter a separate matchmaking to get in their platoon. Or you can just create your own, find players for having people jump in randomly, or you can invite some of your friends or clanmates or whatever. Here you have your battle button, of course, and then here's your mode selection, your random battles, your ranked battles, strongholds for clans, special battles like tournaments, team training, private battles, topography, which basically it'll give you a rundown of different positions you can use on the map for different tanks. If we go to Mannerheim Line, it'll give you different avenues that you can head down for different tanks, like heavy tanks or medium tanks, and they do give you rewards for completing them. Or you can do boot camp, which is again the training. Moving on, we have this button here. Now this is a mod, so if you're not playing with mods, you don't have to worry about this, but since it does have to do with your garage, I'll go over it real quick. This is called the Hangman Mod, and basically what this does is you can choose what your garage looks like. So right now, I'm in the standard garage, normal garage. I can change it. They have a bunch of maps from the game that you can change it to, different locations. So like now I'm on the Fjords map, sit in a little heavy tank area. Or I can go to Serene Coast. I'm right here in the city. And it actually does play the music in the background for that map. We'll just go ahead and go back to the normal one. You can also do this for different modes, or if you want, you can just straight up move the position on the map. But yeah, we'll just go back to the normal one. Alright, that's a lot better. Alright, next we have bonds. Bonds are the currency you only earn in tier 10s or for doing special events. You can use it to buy really good equipment or premium tanks or hard to find tanks. Gold, you can win those in tournaments or just straight up buy it. You can also exchange gold and turn them into credits. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but it's a possibility if you need it. You can use this to buy premium tanks, demount equipment, retrain crew, a bunch of different stuff. And you have your credits, of course, which just earn naturally in any tier battle. And your free XP. Free XP basically is experience that you can use on any tank. So right now I'm grinding this tank. And I can use this free XP, and I can use it as if it were XP on the 5100, which would give me a combined of 91,960 experience. So I can buy modules or research modules or research the next tank. And I can also use it on other things as well, like if I were grinding the Cromwell still, I have it fully researched. I can use it on this the same way I can use it on the 5100. Next, we have this little thing here. It tells you how many people are in the server that you're in, how many people are in the servers that you can access. Then you have your garage button. This will always just take you back to your screen where you're looking at your beautiful tanks. Your store button will take you to a place where you can buy stuff. This is the featured page. Basically, it tells you all the special sales and stuff that are going on right now. Here you can just buy gold for real money. You can buy premium time for gold. Alright, here's where you can buy vehicles. Right here, your premium tanks you can buy for gold. And then also premium tanks and stuff that you have yourself. Or normal tanks that are on sale, like the on-track tanks. So the tanks that are leading up to the Object 268 version 4 and the Panzer 7. Here we have collector's vehicles. These are basically just tech tree tanks that didn't quite fit into the tech tree, so they moved them to their own special category. And these are available to purchase as soon as you research a tank of the same tier in the same nation. And there's no research required to buy them, but once you do get them, you will still have to research modules and stuff as if it were a normal tank. Let's see. Why is it doing this? It does this every once in a while. There we go. Here you have your service station where you can buy equipment, buy consumables. Directives, I wouldn't really recommend buying directives because they usually cost bonds or 20,000 credits per use. And also you can buy personal reserves and bonuses for on track. And then your bond shop. So this is where you can buy tanks for bonds. There's some good ones in here like the Patriot and the Liberté and the M10 RBFN, and there's some kind of stinky ones like the Panzer IV Hydrostat. You also buy equipment for bonds. These are just straight up better than normal equipment. Buy directives, really wouldn't recommend doing that. Or you can buy camo if you want to do that. Right, next onto the depot. This is stuff that you already have that you're able to sell. So like I've got a bunch of shells here. Say I don't want these high explosive rounds. I can sell them. So all 22. Yeah. And then you have, this is your stock. So this is all the stuff that you have lying around waiting to be used. So I've got this 155 millimeter gun for my SPG, this howitzer for my Cromwell, and then different shells, crew training books, that kind of stuff. And then of course you can always filter it down with that different stuff. Then you have your blueprints here. So this is basically, you can get discounts on tech tree tanks, discounts for their XP by using blueprints. You'll need a handful of universal fragments and then a couple of the national fragments to be able to research blueprints for these tanks. So if I wanted to blueprint the T-57, I can click on this. I'm unable to research it because I don't have enough stuff. But it says I need 12 universal fragments and either 4 US fragments or 24 British or Polish fragments, because they're all part of the same group called the Alliance, and all the nations are in their own groups. And it's a conversion system. You can convert 24 British or Polish fragments into US fragments if you want to. And then it'll give you a set percentage discount all the way down to 0. Here you have your vehicles in your garage. So this is all the vehicles I've got sitting in my garage. In your recovery, if you sell premium tanks or reward tanks, you can recover them here. Personal reserves, basically bonuses that you get at the end of the battle. You can have 3 active at a time. There's tank XP, crew XP, free XP, and credits. And then just exteriors and cosmetic stuff like skins for different tanks, or camo styles, progressive decals, that kind of stuff. Here you have your missions. These are the daily missions. I've already completed all my missions today, so I won't be getting any more for another 5.5 hours. And then you can re-roll any of the standard missions once, and there's 3 of them, and once you complete those 3, you get like a bonus mission that'll give you even more. And once you complete 45 of those, they'll give you a decent little reward here. So once I complete another 32 missions, I'll get 100 bonds, some crew XP bonuses, and some demounting kits. And then there's some more if you have a premium account. You have different missions that are running, like ranked. If you're trying to do the on-track missions, get some XP multipliers, stuff like that, and then other random stuff down here. If there's any events running, like Steel Hunter or Frontline, will be in the events tab. You have campaigns here, so you have 2 sets of campaigns. You have first set and second set. First set starts with the Stug 4 and ends with the Object 260. And these all are done by tank class, so you have to do all 15 missions in a certain tank class, so like light tanks, medium tanks, tank destroyers, whatever. And they're not too hard. It's like LT5 for the Stug 4 is just have a vehicle destroyed that you're spotting. Super simple. You have a primary condition, which you'll be able to move on to the next mission once you complete this, or a secondary mission that you can do, and you can complete it with honors, and it'll give you even more rewards. And then you have 4 tanks: your Stug, your T28 HTC, your T55A, and your Object 260 here. Then you have the second set, which starts with the Excalibur and ends with the Object 279E. and these are done by nation. So the groups I was talking about earlier, this is where this comes in. So you have your union here, which is basically going to be your Soviet tanks and Chinese tanks, your bloc tanks, which are going to be German and Japanese. You have your alliance, which is USA, United Kingdom, and Poland, and you have your coalition, which is France, Czechoslovakia, Sweden, and Italy. And these are done instead of you having to do a certain thing in a battle. This is you doing a certain thing over a course of battles. Same with the secondary missions. You have the Excalibur, the Chimera, and the Object 2790. We're not even going to talk about that. That needs to be nerfed a little bit. You have your service record here. This is going to tell you your rating, how many battles you've played, victory percentage, your maximum killed in battle, maximum XP, that kind of stuff, your valuable awards, and awards that are coming up here. Here's an in-depth look at your awards and your medals. Here, here's statistics, which just breaks down a little bit more. Like, I played 11,866 battles, and I won 52.3% of them. Overall, my average damage cause is 892. My maximum damage is 6,611. If you hover over it, it'll tell you what tank you did these record scores in. Like my maximum experience was a Churchill 3, maximum damage the 7772, and the max killed was the OI Experimental, but I also did it in the M4 Sherman, but it just shows the most recent one. And then you have your graphics. So you can look at this and see, okay, I like to play tier 8, I like to play tier 6, I like to play tier 5, I like my Soviet tanks, my American tanks, and I like my medium tanks and tank destroyers. Here's a look at your tanks, your most played tanks. At least that's what I have mine set to. You can filter it however you want. So you can like click on one of your tanks. I'll click on my favorite, which is the M4 Sherman. See, I played 312 battles in it. My average damage cause is 635. Most killed is 9. Max damage 2600. You look at your awards for this tank specifically. Like I've gotten a Radley Walters. When I got the 9 kills, I have 3 marks in it. And that kind of stuff. Then you have your Hall of Fame, which basically just compares you to all the other players within like a certain time period. You have your tech tree. This is all of your tanks here that you can research and stuff. These are the British, American, Polish, whatever. And they are actually set up to where the main heavy tank line is going to be in the middle. So here you can see the tier 1 American, which is called the T1, goes straight down the middle to the T1 10E5. Light tanks are going to be on the bottom. SPGs are going to be on the top. And then medium tanks and tank destroyers are going to be in other positions. Usually tank destroyers are going to be underneath of the SPGs. So here's your different tech trees. You can click on this. It'll show you your blueprint progress. It's like my P43 is fully blueprinted. I just have to research these modules. I can unlock the research on that. Stuff like that. Click that, you go back to normal view. Here next to the nation that you're in, here's another button that will take you to the collector's vehicles for this nation. And at the bottom, you can see all the premium tanks that are available for gold to purchase. Here's your barracks. So you do have a limited amount of crew space. So just keep that in mind for new players. It can get a little bit cramped at times. You can just purchase it for gold. Like right now it's on sale for half off. Usually it's 300 gold. And then you can filter it down, different nations, if they're in the barracks and not in vehicles. Recruits. These are special crew members that you get from special events. Usually they'll have pre-trained perks and skills and stuff. You could narrow it down by tank type. or crew member type, and all of that. And then your clan tab here. I don't know why this is doing this. Basically, this will just show you different stuff in the clan. Here we go. I don't know why it does that sometimes. But you'll see the clan that you're in. You can activate clan reserves if you're high enough level. How many people are online, your clan treasury, how many bonds and how much gold it holds. Tour of duty, which is basically missions that your whole clan can do and earn rewards for everybody. Global map, clan war stuff, your stronghold, and more global map stuff. I guess this is the news for clans. This is the global map itself. Alright, moving on down, we've got the crew here. They're going to be different for each tank. I'm not going to do a full crew breakdown right now, but this button you can retrain the crew if you want, or you can send them to the barracks. We'll just go and chill there, call them back, or you can train them by making them study some crew booklets. But they have to be inside the tank that they're trained for. So this crew is trained for my Object 268 version 4. So I can just find that. I can return them here. And I can train them with the little crew booklet, and it'll tell you how much XP they're going to gain and how much percentage on their skills that they'll receive. You have your crew here, you can click on it and you can open up their personal file. So this is my commander. She's got 3 skills, almost on her 4th skill. Different training and skills that you can do. And of course they're all going to be different. And then these are other crew members that you can stick in here, and their skills and stuff. Here you have your active missions that you can do with the tank you have selected, and this is just another way to quickly look at what campaign missions you're working on. Of course, you got your tank here in the middle, looking real nice with that winter camo there. And you have your research up here. So if I were to go to a tank that actually is not a tier 10, click on this, you'll see your tank here and all the modules you can research. And the next tank and your field modifications down here. Field modifications are just further upgrading for your tanks. It's the same screen. If you go to your tech tree and you click on it, it's the same screen. Here you have your ratings for your tank specifically, and of course they change based on what tank you have selected. But these little bars here don't mean a whole lot. So what I like to do is I like to expand it, and then you can actually see the details and statistics. So this gun does 135 damage on average penetration of 145, so on. So your survivability, your mobility, concealment, and your spotting. This button up here is also your field modification button. Here you can add the tank to the comparison, which I'll talk about later. Get that back all nice and tidy. Then you have your name of your tank down here, the tier, the role your tank plays. This is sniper medium tank. I think it's more of a breakthrough medium tank. Anyways, the roles are merely suggestions on how to play this tank. Like this says sniper medium tank, but I play it pretty actively. I play it on the front lines, I don't sit back. Armor Inspector, this is another mod. Basically just tells you what the armor's like on the tank and where certain modules are and stuff. It's not going to load for me. Then you have your repairs here. Repair automatically, make sure that's checked. Your exterior, if you want to change the look of your tank, this is a mod skin. Yeah, we'll just look at this one. So just keep in mind there are different seasonal camos. This is a preset style, so it works for all of the maps and all of the seasons. If I were to do custom, go ahead and paint this thing whatever I want, and then they're going to be a little bit different with the different types. Also, for camo, just the hull has to be painted for you to get camo bonus. You don't have to worry about the turret or the gun or anything else, just the hull. And paint, not all paint counts as camouflage. I forget which ones give it, which ones don't. I know these non-historical ones, pretty sure that these don't give camo rating. Then you have your normal camouflage, decals if you want to make your tank look unique. Emblems, these are like tiny little decals. Inscriptions, want to put some stuff on your tank. Then you can also give your paint like a little worn out look. Here it'll tell you the price of everything you put on, how much you have in the depot. It breaks down the different seasons and what you've got. And we'll just cancel that. Down here you have filters, what you have in your depot, that kind of stuff. Here you have your equipment. Let's go to a different tank where I have it fully field modded. And we'll just do this one. Your equipment, these will make your tank perform better in certain areas. So like the gun lane drive makes your aiming circle close faster. Binoculars give you really good view range, but only if you're stationary for at least 3 seconds, that kind of stuff. Then you have your special equipment here, which are bounty stuff and your bond equipment. I'm not going to do an equipment review right now, I'm just giving you the basics. And then these 1 and 2 things here, if you have a second set of equipment set up like I do on this tank. Like this one I have set up for certain situations. This one I have set up for other situations. So you can be more prepared. You have your ammunition here. Click on this and you kind of choose what you want to take in. Tell you the cost down here. That's good to know because I know people to spam gold and be confused on why they're losing a bunch of money. Then you have your consumables here, repair kits, first aid, fire extinguisher, food, whatever. Not really going to get into that. And of course, another preset, which is done through your field mods here. Unlocking your field mods will gain access to a second set of consumables and equipment, and also a second boosted slot for your equipment. In this area over here, there's usually your missions for the day, your daily missions. And then here it'll display battles that have just finished if you're in the garage. And we'll move on down here. This is your tank carousel. This is where all your tanks are. Just click on whatever you want. You have your filter here. You can filter it by type, like heavy tanks. You can filter it further by roles. So I only want my versatile heavy tanks. And this is apparently my only one. Do by nation, tier, special categories such as primary vehicles, your holiday ops vehicles, vehicles that still have their daily ×2 XP bonus, or you can just simply search it by name. And here's just a quick way to filter all your ×2 bonus tanks or filter your primary vehicles. Now I have a lot of low tier reward vehicles, premium vehicles that I don't really care about. Like this thing, don't really care about that. This thing, don't really care about that. This thing, I haven't even played a battle in it. And I don't have these checked as primary, but I have all the tanks that I play regularly checked as primary. So they're all going to be in the front. And I can also just display these if I want to. You can scroll, use the arrows, whatever. Down here at the bottom, you have your friends list here, your contacts list. This will tell you who's all online with the green. If they're in a battle with the red, this little question mark means that they haven't accepted your friend request. Down here you have your clan members. You can always invite players or search for players or whatever down here. Here is your referral button if you have anybody referred, and I do. I'll pull that up for you if it wants to cooperate. Maybe. Maybe. This is annoying. It was working earlier. There we go. Nope. Nope. Wow, it really wants to be mean. There we go. So this will basically tell you how your progress is doing with your referral. So your Tiger 29 is my referral, my recruit. And basically you just do missions and you earn little referral points. And once you reach all the way to the top, you get a bunch of bonds and some nice camos and stuff. And then whoever refers the recruit will get a tier 8 premium, and whoever is the recruit will get a tier 6. How to earn points, it'll tell you how to do that. Different missions for me, that kind of stuff. And there's also a bonus when you're platooning with your recruit. Just straight up credits and XP. Down here, if you have chat channels, private channels, whatever you want, that's there. You have your general chat, your clan chat. So this is just some of us talking back and forth about computers and stuff, who all is online. And then private messages between specific players. So like this guy, he carried our team in the end, won us the game, so I sent him a message telling him thanks for the carry and stuff. He's a cool guy. You can also right click on him. You can also do different stuff. I can add him to my friends list. I can copy his name. I can send him a platoon invite, add him to the blacklist if he's mean or whatever, sending bad messages or whatever. You can invite him to the clan. Player, we'll look at his service record real quick. You see his battles, it looks just like mine here. His awards, his statistics, and his vehicles. It works exactly the same as yours. Then here you have your comparison. This is really helpful. It's like here I have my chromo that I added earlier. It'll tell you all of the different statistics that it has. And then you can actually change it even if you don't have the ability to. Like say you don't know if you really want to keep your optics, maybe you want to go for something else. Maybe you want to add a turbo, make it go even faster. Well, you can do this, and then you can see how that affects your tank and stuff like that. Same with ammunition and all that. Different crew skills, different modules, different modifications, all that stuff. And you can apply it, and then you can see the changes here. You can add a bunch of tanks, stuff like that. Alrighty. And here you have your session statistics. This basically goes over the last day and how you've performed. It's like today I've earned 681,000 credits. Profit, I've earned 983,000 total, 30 bonds. And you can also see specific statistics for certain tanks. So like I've played the SU-100Y 4 times today because I'm trying to get its mark up, its mark of excellence. And you can see the statistics for that tank specifically. And then your other session statistics like your WTR rating, your victories, your win ratio, average damage. Hall of Fame again, then you can reset it. This basically just brings everything back down to 0. This here is another mod list, but since they have to do with the hangar, the garage, I'll go over it just real quick. Free cam lets you go around the map, take a look at things more specifically. Like this appears to be like a Panther that's been captured by the Soviets because they got the star on it. I don't know. You just hit escape to go back. Battle hits. This is a really good mod. So this is the last game I played, and basically show you where all you hit the enemy tanks. Like I hit this guy right in the turret ring. And then also where the enemies hit you in the last battle. So like this Wolverine was firing HE and it just wasn't penetrating, wasn't doing anything. Bishop hit my gun, it looks like. And you can also choose the past battle. So this was mine in the Scorpion here. I didn't take any hits, but I gave some out. It's T95, Ferdinand, stuff like that. Also got the Hanger Manager again, and mod configurator for a specific mod I have. And then here you have your notification panel. This will tell you everything that's been going on. So like after my last battle in the SU-100Y, it tells you that I earned ace tanker stuff, repairs to my vehicle, ammunition purchased, the field modification I purchased, all that different kind of stuff. This will be like your strongholds invites, your platoon invites, team training invites, that kind of stuff. And then other random notifications. This just tells you I have some unrecruited crew members in the barracks. One last thing I guess I can go over real quick is the battle results screen. So this was the last battle I played. I swear I didn't cherry pick this. This just happened like this. You can see all the damage you've done here, your kills, modules damaged, all of your assistance damage like spotting, tracking, and stunning if you're in an artillery, how many guys you spotted, damage blocked, that kind of stuff. Badges up here, medals on the right, and then different missions that the progress was improved by. And here you have your team lists for that game. You can click on to see more specific statistics for each tank. And then this indicates that somebody got a medal. So this guy got 6 kills, got a top gun, I got a steel wall. This guy got high caliber. That's kind of cool. And then a detailed report. So this breaks everything down. Your credit income, where credits were spent resupplying ammunition here, repairing the vehicle, and your XP down here. And if you had any like bonuses or anything, it's taken into account. It gives you total score, and then like what time you started it and the battle duration. So yeah, this battle literally lasted the full 15 minutes. I fired the shot that won the game as the battle over button was playing. And since there was a shot in the air, it waited until that shot landed before it officially ended the game, and that shot killed the last guy, so it counted it as a win. So that's a basic overlook of the garage. There's not a whole lot to do in the garage itself. There's these little clickables here that talk about ranked. This one takes you straight to ranked. I don't really play ranked a whole lot, so there's that. Different premium vehicle offers here. Let's take a look at them, look at their stats, what kind of weapons they use, their crew configuration, that kind of stuff. And then there's also this little Easter egg here that I'll end the video on. Right back here on this table with these 3 guys looking over it. Here, I'll move over there so you can get a good look at it here. We're looking at a map, but what we're focusing on is this little satchel here. If you're precise enough, you can click on it. And here's a little Easter egg of all of the wonderful people that worked on Update 1.0, bringing all the maps in HD quality, primarily, and doing a bunch of other stuff. So these guys are awesome, and I'm glad that there's a little Easter egg in there. But yeah, that was a basic overview of the garage, and at least hopefully all of its little things that it has to offer. And thank you for watching.